I had been going to the voting polls with my parents ever since I could remember. They each took me into the booth with them. We read the ballots and agreed on what or who we wanted to vote for. Once, when I was still very young, I asked for my own ballot. But my parents told me that I would not receive my own ballot until I was 18 years old. I remember being disappointed that my vote would not count until I was an adult. I made up my mind, then and there, that I was going to vote just as soon as I was eligible. I was really looking forward to voting for the first time. I applied for my state identification card and a passport so that there was no chance that I would be turned away at the polls because I did not have proper identification. And I went to the Division of Elections to find out how I could vote. They showed me the accessible voting machine, and they took the opportunity to train their staff on how to use it, while they were demonstrating and adjusting it for me. When the day arrived to vote, I was excited and filled with anticipation. I dressed in the colors of the United States flag. My family, my speech-language pathologist, and the nurse case manager from my care agency all came with me to watch me vote. We decorated my wheelchair, and my speech therapist took pictures. I used all of the physical accommodations available to me, because none of them alone were sufficient to accommodate my physical disabilities in accessing the ballot. I listened to the machine read the ballot to me, and I signed a number to my aide, who pushed that number on a keypad. I voted, and I received a sticker that said, "I voted." And I have been voting ever since. During the pandemic, I could not vote in person. I was disappointed at first, because I love going to the voting polls. I like to see the other people coming and going, and I enjoy the whole process. But the online ballot turned out to be more accessible and independent for me. I have asked myself why it is so important to me to vote, and I guess that maybe the answer is because I can, and because I want to. My determination to vote was not because of a particular candidate or issue, or even because of my disabilities. But when I think about it, I guess that voting itself is disability advocacy. I tell my friends who experience disabilities that our votes count just as much as any other voters, and I encourage them to vote. Voting is independence, inclusion, and being counted. I am proud to be able to vote and determined to do whatever it takes to continue. A supervoter is someone who has voted in every election, or almost every election since becoming eligible to vote. My name is Patrick. I have lived in Alaska all of my life, and I am a super voter.